Hello, and here's my presentation on Race, Class, Access, Gender, and Equity Assignment, Module 5. So my first article that I read is from Education Week titled Parental Incarceration Has Worsened Disparities Between Black-White Children. The issue in this article is about parental incarceration and how it plays a role in childhood inequality. The article explains that the increase in parental incarceration has led to an increased number of behavioral problems. Furthermore, the percentage of black children has increased significantly over the years, with a quarter of black babies born in 1990 seeing a parent go to jail and prison by the time the child has turned 14. By contrast, about 3% of white babies born in 1990 had witnessed parental incarceration by age 14. So overall, 2.7 million children in America have a parent in prison on any given day. And the study also found that children whose fathers have been incarcerated fare worse than similar children whose parents have not been locked up. So the reason why I chose these articles is because I wanted to pick something that I know little about and wanted to research this information. And what I came across was this, because I think it does affect us, and we may not know about our students' background and whether their parents are in prison or not. So I thought this would be really interesting and something that we don't think about on a day-to-day basis. At least I don't. So the next article I reviewed is from the Oregon Social Learning Center. This article was titled The Effects of Incarceration and Reentry on Children, Families, and Communities. This article explained how the increase in prison inmates affects approximately 1.5 million children under the age of 18, and that these children live in a situation where the family function is greatly disrupted. The article explains that adolescents of incarcerated parents are largely forgotten, but also have the greatest impact on society, such as antisocial behavior. There is a clear link between incarcerated parents and antisocial behavior. So antisocial behavior characteristics include disobedience, aggression, temper tantrums, lying, stealing, violence, criminal behavior, and sorry about that. And it also said that all students who have antisocial behavior always have poor grades, which I found very interesting. So these same youths are at high risk for continuing these behaviors as adults. Longitudinal studies that were done with this article show that children of incarcerated parents, as they get older, their behavior problems increase. Depression, trouble with guardians, and bad grades are the top 3 problems. And one solution, although not finite, is educational and therapeutic programs while parents are incarcerated. So after reading the Article 2, I looked for an article regarding imprisoned family support programs and found one that was called Child Welfare. And this focused on mothers in prison, permanency, youth development, and prison family support programs and strategies to address effective visitation. So some of these programs include child development, communication with children and other family members, discipline techniques, anger management programs, understanding the importance of father's involvement, co-parenting relationships, rebuilding trust, values, and spirituality. All of these are very important factors. In fact, one part of the article said that many fathers did not understand what their role is as being a parent and never even been involved in any sort of parenting class. So I think that this was very important to support our youth whose parents are in prison, and that they do need these family support programs. So addressing this issue from a leadership perspective, as an administrator, it is vital to take into account the family background of a student. The students who have the most issues at school are most likely going to have a family with issues themselves. It doesn't necessarily mean that they come from a family where they have a parent incarcerated, but certainly that they have issues at home as well. Although the school I work at has few major behavioral problems, I'm aware of a student whose parent is incarcerated currently at this time. He's awaiting trial on 2 first-degree murder charges for killing 2 17-year-olds over a drug deal. So this student, he doesn't do any homework. He argues with other students. He argues with the staff. He's frequently sent out of the classroom because of his disruptions. He is in special education and listed as emotionally disturbed. We have met with the mother and she has explained that he has the same behavior at home, where he always has to be right, where he's argumentative. And it's very interesting, as far as after I read this study, to compare him to the type of student with the behavior problems as they listed, such as the antisocial behavior. Definitely has temper tantrums. He has lied before in the past. He was telling everyone he could speak fluent Russian and lived in Russia for a short time, which was, obviously not true, but it was very interesting. So haven't seen the criminal behavior, but definitely has the potential for violence. Is failing every single class, and we're not talking just D's, but F's. And so to me, he could have been the poster child perhaps for a student with a parent incarcerated. So as a leader, I want to look at my role as an administrator and need to look at methods for helping the student. So obviously just suspending the student doesn't have an effect. He needs further intervention to help him be successful. So perhaps we can bring into the school programs that would help a child whose parents are incarcerated. Perhaps there are programs like this. That part I did not research, because I think it's can definitely impact a child and impact their future. So hope you enjoyed my assignment. Have a great day.